All rise and stand. This is the universal, sovereign, original, indigenous, natural, divine, ancient, living, Article 3, Moorish American, Moroccan, Consular Court Action. We are the living, de jure, sovereign Moorish National Republic Federal Government and the living de jure sovereign Moorish American Consulate. We are the most ancient sovereign court, both on earth and in heaven. Ego sum governing, Kenya Monique Huston L, and capitis dimiutio nolo. In propria persona sui juris, in proprio solo, and in proprio heredes. My free sovereign nobility appellation is Kenya Monique Huston L, and capitis dimiutio nolo, in propria persona sui juris, in proprio solo, and in proprio heredes. I am ascended from nobility Denise speaks, Cephas, to whom I give eternal honor by my actions. No United States corporation, company, citizen, corporation, nor United States citizen, nor their agents, principals, heirs, or assigns, has personam jurisdiction, nor subject matter jurisdiction, nor territorial jurisdiction over me, nor over any of my brothers and sisters who are the sovereign Moorish nobility on this earth. This universal, sovereign, lawful cause of action is manifested by the original indigenous, sovereign, natural divine people who are the de jure Moorish National Republic Federal Government, the de jure Moorish American Consulate, and the de jure Sovereign Universal Article 3 Moorish American Moroccan Consular Court. The universal natural area code for this sovereign court is 88 XDWM 78X0. This cause of action's sovereign alphanumeric identifier is macs cause 000000001, which is the notice to appear to the named corporate persons for unlawful occupation of our sovereign, original, indigenous, ancient ancestral lands. The date that the corporate persons were commanded to appear is April 18th, 1442, on our ancient sovereign moon calendar, which is 2021 on the Greco-Roman calendar. And the time of their commanded appearance is 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific, 2 o'clock p.m. Central Time, 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, and 7 p.m. Coordinated Universal Time. This video recording is recording with at least 2 or more sovereign Moorish American witnesses present, and all who view this sovereign consular court action on the public record are witnesses as well. This audio and video platform does not in any way diminish the sovereign authority, universal power, nor the ancestral efficacy of the commands by this court, nor our consulate, nor our sovereign Moorish American government. Lawful notification was given to the said corporate persons by way of the public record. All of the commerce by the said corporate persons has been terminated by way of our sovereign universal commercial code lien. We justices of the Moorish American Consular Court do hereby minister universal sovereign consular court actions in the favor of all Moors where unlawful occupation of our sovereign original indigenous land is proven, with nationality status being the proof necessary to activate our sovereign living courts to action. This cause of action is hereby placed on the public record for the public record, and letting the public record show that the corporate person is hereby called forth at this time, and you are commanded to state your name and nationality for the Moorish American people who are the Moorish national republic federal government. Once you have stated your name and nationality for the record, you will then be required to respond to 3 questions by this living court. Your only response to these questions shall be yes if yes is true, or no if no is true. You are commanded to say nothing further, and no questions will be answered by this sovereign court. At this time, we call forth Kenya Monique Huston and capitis dimiutio minima, doing business as Kenya Monique Huston and capitis dimiutio maxima. Kenya Monique Huston, state your name and nationality for the public record. Kenya Huston, doing business as Kenya Monique Huston, you are commanded to state your name and nationality for the public record. We now call forth Robert Arnaldo Melendez Jr. in capitis dimiutio minima, doing business as Robert Arnaldo Melendez Jr. in capitis dimiutio maxima, to state your name and nationality for the public record. Robert Arnaldo Melendez Jr., doing business as Robert Arnaldo Melendez Jr., state your name and nationality for the public record. Robert Melendez Jr., also known as Robert Arnaldo Melendez Jr., you are commanded to state your name and nationality for the public record. We now call forth Nasir Kamari Melendez in capitis dimiutio minima, doing business as Nasir Kamari Melendez in capitis dimiutio maxima. State your name and nationality for the public record. Nasir Kamari Melendez, you are commanded to state your name and nationality for the public record. Islam. Silence is acquiescence. Therefore, those who do not speak when commanded have consented to our sovereign universal jurisdictional authority by way of this sovereign ex parte action, as the corporate parties did fail to appear and or respond point for point. Sovereign ex parte actions by the Supreme Justices, who are the living Moorish American Consular Court, are further affirmation that we know that we do not need the permission of anyone to lawfully govern our own vast estate, and all corporate persons are subject to this justice and all subsequent justice and commands by this court. Our sovereign government rulings are the supreme law for our land, even in matters of ex parte. We the people do hereby state that those corporate persons whose names were called and are guilty of unlawful occupation of our sovereign, original, indigenous, and ancient ancestral lands, all property on our lands is already in the sovereign possession of the heirs, and all corporate fraud has been removed from our sovereign resources. The American Provost Marshal is hereby notified and commanded to arrest you and place you at Guantanamo Bay Prison, where your decapitation shall occur. All who choose to live on and breathe on our land are subject to us and shall obey all sovereign commands by us. No public office nor property shall be held by said consenting subjects. This sovereign justice stands as law. Truly I say unto you, whatsoever we bind on earth is bound in heaven, and whatsoever we set free or loose on earth is set free and loose in heaven. With the completion of this sovereign Moorish American Consular Court action, we the heirs do hereby peacefully tribute to ourselves and to our sovereign heirs that which is rightfully ours according to the will of eternal, omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent, infinite, self-existing, self-sufficient ancestors who are present here for this court action and who are within us now and forever. This sovereign Moorish American Consular Court action is hereby complete. Peace and grand rising to the ascended Moorish American nobility and grand rising to all of risen humanity. Islam.